Greetings and welcome to episode 49 of Change Your Focus, a mindfulness podcast designed to inspire and center you. I am Dr. Aiko-Douglas, your host, transformational life coach, life integration specialist, and mindfulness practitioner, here to empower you to transform your life one mindful decision at a time. I'm also here inspiring you to be mindful of the products you use on and in your body, as well as the products you use around your home. So last week in episode 48, I spoke about presence, and I shared the power of presence. And with presence, we get to listen, see, hear, speak intentionally, to know beyond the physical into the metaphysical. I also shared how my childhood traumas and dis-ease caused me to escape or run from the present. And so this caused me to not have a lot of childhood memories. Thank Goddess for introducing me to a better, more whole way of living by being fully present. So if you found my story inspiring or the meditation enlightening, or if any of the information was fruitful, please share. Also, if you have any questions about the episode or would like life coaching to support you in being fully present in your day-to-day life, please click my Calendly link in the description or message me on any social platform at Integr8 Lyfe for a complimentary discovery session. I would love to support you. So, folks, before we get into today's episode, I want you all to know that we are having technical difficulties. So I hope that you can hear me in this moment. When I tested things, it sounded like everything was okay. Give me a moment. My apologies. So I'm not certain if you all can actually hear me. If so, let me know in the chat. Yes, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, a heart, something to let me know that this is okay. I hear myself, which I could earlier, but it wasn't coming through. So I tested it, played with it, and then things were fine. Also, we're having issues with other technical things. So bear with us today. And thank you for being here. So let's get into it. Here we go. Today's episode is about humanity. And I invite you to contemplate this quote by a prophetic voice for the voiceless, victims of injustice. Nobel Peace Prize laureate, South African Anglican Archbishop, and peaceful activist in the fight against apartheid, Desmond Tutu. My humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. I really like this. Let's look at what humanity means. All beings collectively, the human race, humankind. Humanity refers to all beings, both past and present. So there's this deep connection. So our ancestors are included in our humanity because they co-created the world we now live in. May we not exclude or forget them. We are one. So the quality of being human, this human nature, we have been conditioned for disconnection and independence. Therefore, we lose the true quality of our own humanness. This quality of being humane, again, kind, benevolent, tender, exercising goodwill, sympathy, humaneness, compassion. The qualities that make us human is our ability to feel, reason, and form relationships. So, humanity also refers to the study of human culture and includes subjects like literature, history, and art, which tells us that our humanity is steeped in literature. This is the culture, right? The writings of the time, history, and all that came before us. Art, our beautiful creations, and so much more. Did you ever think your humanity was linked to all of that? Well, it is. And in ethical traditions, humanity is considered to confer a unique moral status on humans. Therefore, human life is considered valuable and worthy of protection. Mm. So, what a wonderful blessing to be made human by God. And with our humaneness, we have a great responsibility to all of humanity to show up fully. I owe it to you, and whether you know it or not, you owe it to me to be your authentic self. Mm. We all have a moral obligation to value life, our humanity, and to protect it because we are all a part of the greatest race there is. And that, folks, is the human race. Let's remember this connection no matter how much the world may try to tell us that we are alone or independent beings who don't need or have anyone else but ourselves. We have each other and we can count on each other. That is the healing power of humanity, our ability to show up for ourselves and each other, especially in times of need. The late Desmond Tutu said, "My humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together." So it sounds like you deny your humanity when you isolate yourself and act individually without considering your impact on humanity. When I think about this quote, I think about my own journey and relationship with humanity. I felt connected to humanity as a young girl. I initially knew we were all connected, and I could see how someone else's hurt was my hurt, and someone else's joy was my joy. I was very sensitive, and my family made sure to tell me that often as to deter me from connecting to this very human part of my soul. However, I am grateful that till this day, I remain connected to that sensitivity within me. It reminds me to be compassionate when my ego wants to shame or ridicule or condescend. It helps me see my own flaws more clearly and connect with other beautifully flawed human beings. As a little girl, I would watch people having fun and feel those same feelings of joy as they laughed and enjoyed and engaged, as if I was the one playing when I was merely an observer. So while I am no longer that same little girl, I occasionally am blessed to be able to connect to her innocence and deeply sensitive connection to all humans. I always wanted to do what was right when I was a little girl. However, I had a conflicting reality with humanity because I experienced so many adults who were disconnected from themselves, their humanity, and others. It baffled me and seemed like some adults just didn't get it. And I couldn't understand why they couldn't see the importance of who they were and how it impacted all those they encountered. So it was an internal struggle that I encountered sometimes, choosing when to be sensitive and when not to be. And at times, I did what my soul was calling me to do, which was to be human, compassionate, kind, sensitive to others. And at other times, I would do what I saw adults around me doing. And that is unfortunately disconnecting and shaming and choosing not to connect to my humanity. And so it is something I've learned on this journey. Give me another moment. Okay. And so I remembered again being in people's presence and feeling awful. And I never wanted people to have those same kinds of lousy experiences with me that I experienced with adults who were disconnected from their humanity. And I always wanted to be my best and give my best to those I was blessed to encounter. I knew, even at a young age, I knew that we were not different, no matter our social status, careers, gender, race, or ethnicity. I would connect with people from any and everywhere. I love talking, listening to wisdom, sharing wisdom from anybody. And so while maturing, I always wanted others to feel seen, heard, and loved. Sometimes, again, as I've shared, I know there were moments where I did not always shine my beautiful light of humanity on to humanity. And for that, I am deeply apologetic. I am aware of the energy I bring, and I pray it is mostly, if not always, a loving one. While I have occasionally lost my way and become disconnected from my own humanity, I am grateful that Divine helped me find my way back to feeling and being deeply connected to humanity and all of life. At one point in my journey, I did become detached from my humanity. I felt so beat up and torn down by hurtful, rude, mean, hateful people, and I allowed their hate to seep into my heart. And I wanted revenge. But eventually, that revenge shifted to restorative justice. And that happened as I meditated and connected to my soul. And I started to weep for them, to see like the sadness, the hurt they must have to not be able to show up in love and be who they came to this earth to be. And I was able to release those feelings of hurt and that revenge that came in and really forgive and shine my light again. Thanks again to meditation and prayer. And so I would pray that Divine remove those feelings of wanting to get back at someone else from me and allow me to trust. That was the prayer. Allow me to trust that the hurt would dissolve. And sure enough, with an intentional mindset shifting, I always did. And I always ended up forgiving those who hurt me without needing an apology from them. I learned that my need for someone else to apologize to me is me needing to control the outcome when I could simply control my response, my heart. I could choose to be loving, to be kind, to be forgiving, and to know that whatever they're going through, however they're choosing to show up and project that outwardly, had nothing to do with me. And that is extremely powerful. So I choose to move on in true peace and harmony with myself and the world. Those were the things that I meditated on, I focused on, and I prayed. And thank Goddess for meditation, prayer, and deep connection. Those things help me transcend that low level, low vibrational mindset that kept me disconnected from humanity. I am aware that the way I think of others is the way I will experience them. That is how it is. That is how it works, folks. I encourage you, if you are experiencing someone in a not so positive light, try shifting your mindset about them and then just pay attention, be observant of how you experience them. I'm also aware that if I stand by and do nothing when injustice is being perpetuated, then I have added to the awfulness of that person's or that group of people, their reality, and my own reality. I am aware of the power of my love. I am aware of the power of my humanity. And I am grateful that I value connection with all of humanity. That keeps me mindful of the way I speak to people and treat people, especially those who mean me no good, or at least it appears that they mean me no good. How am I treating those people? I know that their ill intentions are misguided and, again, have nothing to do with me, ultimately. So I choose to remain rooted in and connected to humanity, that which connects us all. And so I invite you, rather, I challenge you to do the same. Remain rooted in our humanity. It is, in fact, easier to choose love than it is to choose hate. Believe that, folks. MLK has also shared that with us. Hate is far too great of a burden. And so we want to remain rooted in our humanness, that connection, that love that is very easy to connect to, no matter what the world tells you. And even if it appears that you are risking isolation from your tribe, if that tribe no longer resonates with who you are becoming, know that we are all in this together. And allow that sense of togetherness to keep you rooted in our humanity. Yeah? So, I'd like to guide you through a brief mindfulness practice to support you in connecting to humanity. And before we begin our mindfulness practice, I invite you to sit on the floor cross-legged or in a chair with your feet flat on the floor to ground yourself. Your spine will be straight and your neck an extension of your spine. Now close your eyes and begin to tune into your breath. Inhaling deeply and slowly through your nose. Really inviting that air down into your abdomen. Really feel your abdomen expand as you inhale and feel it contract as you exhale. So there's movement in your abdomen as you're inhaling and exhaling deeply and slowly. Taking a little more time on each inhale and each exhale. That's it. Remain connected to your breath. And with your eyes still closed, begin to imagine a bright white light illuminating on the inside of your core, in your abdomen, and that solar plexus. See that white light emanating from within you. And then imagine this white light slowly expands, filling your entire body. And notice how that feels. Being filled with this white light. And then imagine that light expanding beyond where you are into the room where you are seated. So it expands beyond your personal body, filling the room you are seated in. Imagining the room filled with that same white light emanating from within you. And now see that light reach beyond the room you are in into the building you are in. Really see that light filling where you are, that entire building. And then imagine that light expands to the entire city you are in. And now see that light expand to the entire state that you are in. Remaining connected to the light at your core. Now imagine that light filling the entire country you are in. And now feel that light expand to the world that we are all in together. Imagine that light reaching to the cosmos and filling the entire universe. And take a deep breath, staying connected to this light emanating from within you, filling the entire universe. And now I want you to bring to heart and mind your prayer, your wish, your dream, your desire for this world, whatever it is. Bring that into this white light. And as this white light is shining on the universe, fill that light with your desire for the world. For me, my desire is love and harmony for the entire world. Connect to whatever your desire is for this world and beam that out into the entire universe. Feel that as you are inhaling, exhaling deeply and slowly. Your dream, your desire emanating throughout this entire world to every human being, connecting us all in humanity. Feel that, see that. Maybe your desire is joy for everyone. Feel that joy. Feel that within your building, your city, your state, your country, the world, the universe, that joy, whatever it is. And then I want you to imagine everyone in this universe putting that same intention and light back out into the universe to you. And imagine you receiving that, being the recipient in all of the goodness, the joy, the love, whatever desire you had for the world. Imagine the world has that for you as well, and it's beaming it right back at you. Feel that. Receive that. as you give it, receive it from everyone, from all of humanity. And take a deep breath and notice how that feels to be giving and receiving your greatest desire from the universe, from humanity. Breathing deeply and slowly as you are connected to this white light. I invite you to take the deepest breath you've taken all day, staying connected to that desire, giving it and receiving it. And begin to feel the seat beneath you, perhaps wiggling your fingers and your toes, and slowly returning to the space and opening your eyes when you are ready. So today, I encourage you to journal what came up for you during today's meditation. Become curious and open to how you disconnect from and connect to humanity. Become aware and become intentional of connecting more intentionally to humanity. Just journal about that. Now, to complete our mindfulness session for today, please affirm by repeating after me. I am a part of the human race, and we face life's challenges together. Good. Let's say that again. I am a part of the human race, and we face life's challenges together. Great. One last time. I am a part of the human race, and we face life's challenges together. Beautiful. That brings us to the end of our session. May you enjoy integrating mindfulness into your life daily. I invite you to be mindful, breathe deep often, and contemplate all the ways you can remain rooted in humanity. Remember, mindfulness is always available to you every minute of every day. May you use each minute to be mindful. I am Dr. Aiko-Douglas, your host, transformational life coach, life integration specialist, and mindfulness practitioner, here to empower you to transform your life one mindful decision at a time. I am also here inspiring you to be mindful of the products you use on and in your body, as well as the products you use around your home. If you found this podcast through social media, please share which platform in the comments below. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to follow my journey. And if you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, I invite you to rate this podcast so that others can find it and leave a review so that we understand your rating and we can provide more of what it is you desire, or keep doing what we're doing if you're loving it, folks. Leave that review with the rating on Apple Podcasts. Thank you. I also invite you to join my exclusive community on Patreon at Integr8 Lyfe. Thank you for tuning in, listening, engaging, and being mindful with me today. Namaste.